You are listening to Polymatic.media, episode 129 for September 2025. Welcome to the Potato Cast.
Yep.
Not going to do it this time.
Yep.
I was like, instead of just overriding you, I was just like, fuck it, I'll do it.
Yep.
Hi,
I
everyone.
nearly choked on some cola there.
Is this our anniversary? 9 years of Polymatic?
9 years of Polymatic, yes.
Yeah. Well, we shifted. We were doing it every 2 weeks for a while, and then
but that was like in 2016.
Right, and now then we eventually just switched to once a month.
Yeah. I think that was 2017.
Was it?
Yeah, it was pretty early on when I was like, okay, once every 2 weeks is too much.
Well, I mean, this show has never been a high volume of people, so.
I think we've had one guest.
Oh, you're the other guy, Alan. Your coworker.
The other Alan, yes.
Yeah. Well, look, it's our once a month catch up, and then we record.
Therapy, right?
Yeah, sometimes.
Yeah. The reason why it's a potato cast today is because Alan has a shitty PC, and
yeah. So my system it's older than. It was probably 9 years as well, 8 or 9 years old. I bought. I had whatever system I was using to connect up with the board or whatever the recording setup I had previously. I had a dedicated system, and I bought something like, over 10 years ago or about 10 years ago. And I just went into a Micro Center and I got not the bottom end gaming PC, but one that was like within the budget, right? It was less than $900. And it was been pretty solid. Every once in a while, USB stuff would go fluky, and I'd have to because I didn't take a picture of or remember how I had things set up, right? I had Zoom setting audio and incoming audio to from different USB devices, and the sound Stream Deck playback to a different device. I had the whole thing sort of wired up in such a way that I could get it all separated and isolated into the soundboard. And so, except for when that freaked out and I had to go through the crisis of figuring that out because I'm only turning it on once a week. Outside of that, it's been pretty solid. But the graphics card finally went. And so maybe a month ago, in that 2-week interval of recording, I turned it on and the second monitor was not available to me. And I changed out cables and all the things. And so I eventually pulled out because I didn't toss it out. I took one of those USB dongles to HDMI and I plugged it in and I got my second monitor back. And I was like, okay, whatever. And then when we tried to record last weekend.
Yeah, we were about to start recording and it just... Bzz.
Yeah.
I heard bzz, and that was the end.
Yeah, and so it clearly just wasn't holding power or something. The graphics card I think is dead. It could have been something else, but John was like, "Oh, take it apart and put it all back together. Get the parts." And I'm like, "Look, I'm between. I still have a job, but I'm going between contract to now being an employee, and I'm in between the jobs, and I don't have a spare whatever just sitting around to go replace it, or have the patience to rip apart everything and do hard surgery on it to find out it's dead anyways because it's 9 years old."
Meanwhile, his other PC is having a coronary, but
Yeah, so I'm in this situation where that's still functioning, but this isn't, and so that's why OG, which I haven't released yet, which will be being released this week.
Will this be released before the OG episode releases?
No, because the OG release, I'll have it out by Tuesday night.
What if I have this one out tonight?
Unlikely, because you said the same thing last time, and it didn't show up until the last day of the month. I think one time, maybe twice. Twice in the history of 9 years.
The thing is, though, I edited it the same weekend, and then I was like, okay, I'll listen to it again later, and then I'll release it. Because I do
I
like one listen through, I edit it, and then I go in again, and then listen to it again, and then
so
any.
because OG is such a tight coupling. I used to do that where I spent 12 hours on the edit or something. It
Oh
was
no, I
like,
don't. I don't. It's
yeah,
just more like I do a pass through. I mark everything that's bad, and then go back to forward to cut out all the bad stuff, and then do it again, but like forward.
yeah.
Listen to it again.
I just, current day, I just sort of listen through, get it all sorted,
I,
check certain areas, and
I
then
wonder if I
I'm
have to
done.
go and edit all the fan
Fan
noises.
noise, yeah. So that's the only disadvantage of using this system is that my sort of the cooling, the fan system is basically dead in this thing.
So
Um,
if you suddenly experience a lot of fan noise this episode, well, you know where it came from.
it came from my end, yeah. And on the case of
Blame
OG,
Alan.
if I mean, look, if I had $4,000, I'd get a low end one there, and I'd replace this system. I'd get a $3,000 20. Well, I don't know what the cost of
Jesus.
equivalent systems are
I don't
now.
think you need to pay like $4,000 for a PC. That's not the
No, no,
price
no,
is.
no, no, not for an individual PC. But I mean, I don't need a 5090, but like a 5080 would be about where I need to be. This is a 3080 in here. Um, and then what I would do is I
For
take
what?
this system,
For what, man? You don't really need
editing,
that.
editing the 4K stuff.
Yeah, but you don't need like 3600. 3060 is fine. For 4K, definitely.
Well, okay, so at the time when I bought this system, a 3080 is what I bought. I figured why would I screw around, because 3090s were what was out. So, um,
Anyway, shitty PCs are shitty.
yeah, yeah. So it went dead, and I don't. If I had the money to afford it, I would have replaced it already. But I'm not in that position right now. I got a mortgage. Mortgage just costs a lot. That's a good part of my paycheck goes there. So, anyhow. So, yeah, that happened. And that's why you're going to hear all this noise. And you'll know when John is cutting me out because there will be no background fan noise.
Well, in the other episodes, I've been cutting you out on certain locations because of the me hearing myself from the other side. So maybe this is an improvement. I don't hear myself on the recording from your end.
Yeah,
Which
it's just, yeah. Yeah, it's different. So.
yeah, you're a different microphone now as well, right? So.
Also, different microphone, yeah. I have a USB 1. Could I hook up
Let's
the
not try
Shure?
that.
No, no, but I could hook up the Shure directly into this audio interface that's on, um, and yeah, now it's not receiving anything. Before I was running stuff through it, um, but actually I'm running my headphones through it. That's what I'm doing. So anyhow,
Yep, shitty PCs.
yeah,
I need to upgrade. I need to build a new PC sometime in the near future.
yeah.
Art PC. I might
One
actually
of
go
these
with
days.
Linux this time.
Well, I would think that if this main system here, if I'm not dependent on it, I would replace that cooler if that's possible, still possible, because it is a micro case. It's a micro tower. I would turn that into a jellyfin, and then, you know, maybe run, I don't know, put some drives on it or something, and then I don't know if I'd leave it up here or if I move it downstairs and then run Jellyfin on it and have a real GPU, the
Yep.
transcode in the house.
For all that video footage.
Yeah. I'm not like my other friends where everything is torrent in, and then they have a whole, like they watch all their TV shows or they feed in all the old TV shows they like, and, they have everything at their fingertips. I don't have any of that. Um, I don't have enough human bandwidth though to just be a couch potato.
Sometimes you need to be the couch potato.
No, I get that, and I do that sometimes. I just caught up with the latest Star Trek. I think this last episode is a little corny. Um,
I think that's the last episode ever, right, for this one.
no, they have one more season,
Okay.
and then they're done.
Yep. I'm looking.
Yeah.
I still need to watch the new season of Foundation. I think the last episode for the season is out, so I might just get Apple thing for like a month and then be done again.
Yeah. So if I, because they have Starfleet Academy that's coming. I don't think that's a reason to keep paying for Paramount Plus. Um,
The thing is, I don't really watch TV, so I don't really like. I don't have the. My brain cannot really handle the sit down and watch something. Right?
I can't either. Lately, I will play a couple Discord games or some PC games, puzzle games, um, while things are on. I've gotten to the place where when I watch stuff, it's when I'm turning my brain off.
Hmm.
So I'll play the puzzle games, and then I'll sort of I'll be watching and listening, and then I'll go switch over to a combination of YouTube or TikTok. That's it. That's where sort of my entertainment comes from. But I do like the Star Trek series. In fact, I hadn't watched it mostly all season. It was
I don't
only
think we can actually watch it here. So
yeah. I don't know. All that stuff is merging. It's going to be gone. So
they're gonna do. Let me see. I think I can log in.
my point is that I pay for Paramount Plus, and I really don't watch anything other than Star Trek off of it. Yes, there's an occasional something, but I'm paying, a bunch of money per month that I don't need to, you know.
So yeah, shitty PCs.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shitty situation.
Yep. I'm almost done with the peppers. The peppers are about to be. They're not putting any more flowers out. Not a lot of them anyway.
Oh,
So
okay.
they're still growing flowers, but not as many as they were
Could
in like the
you
beginning.
do you have room to set up a greenhouse in your
So
your
what I'm gonna
apartment?
do is I'm gonna cut the main branches
Yeah.
and then cut it down to like the stump, and
Mhm.
basically that's going to be the start for next year. So I'm going to have to put it into a bigger pot and then maybe rehome those pots to some other people who can like grab they can let it overwinter in their place.
Got it.
So yeah, and I've been making hot sauce again, and I've learned to wear gloves so I don't burn my face, and yeah.
Yeah.
Whee!
You make hot sauce for a person who doesn't enjoy hot sauce.
Yep. I've been giving it away to people, and
Yeah.
apparently it's very good. Like people are asking me for new jars of hot sauce, so
Hmm.
that's a good.
Yeah, I
Yep.
always, especially the cold brew, when you're at a work situation and people try it. Like I always thought people were being polite, but people are like, "Oh, can I have more of that? That's good." And I was like, "Okay." I like it, but that just because I like it doesn't mean my taste is everyone else's taste. Salt pretzels are good for me, but but apparently they're a hit. So I was like, okay.
I now have 10 jars of hot sauce that I'm just made, and then another big jar of the very spicy stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So the last so there's 5 normal ones, 5 spicy ones, and then 1 big spicy one.
Mm-hmm.
So yep, fun times.
Hmm.
So yeah, on my balcony there's also a very big mesh stick node now. So that I put one of those lead acid batteries in it with a big solar panel, and like a 17-volt solar panel with like a 12-volt battery and like a charge controller. So there's like a big battery, big charge controller, and then like a very tiny piece of USB powered
device.
node.
Yeah.
So like it's being powered, like it's overpowered. I can put another raspberry. I can put a Raspberry Pi in there running 24/7
I mean, if
easily.
you put another battery in there, you
I
could
could
have a
put 3 or 4
backup.
Raspberry Pis in there. Not a problem.
Yeah,
It's
but not
insane.
powered by a potato.
It is definitely not powered by a potato. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the potato net is spreading, but not these. This is not the potato.
Yeah.
But I'm looking maybe to put it on like a roof somewhere. So instead of it being at my home, I'm gonna put it at the office at the roof or something
So
like that.
you don't know how many people are connected to your network.
No, this is like a Mestastic is like a mesh
I
network
understand
for
it's
like.
a peer-to-peer one, but I'm just saying you don't know how many people that are connected to your peer-to-peer network.
No, this is not as much a connection. It's like it's passing messages along, so it's not
Right.
really
It's
a
broadcast only.
network. So it's like
Yeah.
it receives something and sends it along.
Right.
Rebroadcasts, yes.
Yeah. I'm just saying is you have no idea how many people are utilizing it. That's what
Well,
I'm
this
getting at.
this one is not in a very great position because it's on my balcony, which is facing to another building, so it's not great. So I need to maybe put it on the roof at the office, which would be great, a great position. There's already 2 nodes there, and I can replace those 2 nodes with one of them, and then have a very big, yeah, it will be very good for reception. So it'll be providing quite a bit of uh, coverage for the entire area. So
Yeah.
yep, I can actually run one of those ESP32 off it easily. So maybe I get one of those nodes, and then yeah, hook it up to the internet or something at the office. Yep, that's gonna be an interesting time. And then I got hit by. I was using a fan
Me
control,
too.
and Open RGB,
Yeah.
and suddenly I open up my PC and I get a notification. We've blocked Trojan blah 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 for this. And it turns out there's a library called WinRing Zero X64, and it's like a library that some guy in Japan once made like years ago, and people keep reusing it, and it basically gives you like kernel level access to like sensors and stuff because Microsoft doesn't really expose those. But it also gives you access to memory stuff that's not supposed to happen. So, yep. So Microsoft decided to pull the lever on the turning that off. So everybody got a notification. Hey, you have a virus. I'm like, what the
Yeah. Yeah.
fuck?
Yeah. Me too. But then the fan control immediately updated. I got an
Oh,
update.
I didn't have it installed anymore. But turns out the motherboard software from Gigabyte also had it. So to
Oh,
control the fans and to control the stuff on their own freaking motherboards,
got it. They were using it.
what the hell? Like
Yeah.
they should have just made it a USB device. Just have a USB hub in the device itself on the motherboard and have the controller go through USB.
Right.
Yep. I think that the whole yeah.
But that
Like
happened.
on a Raspberry Pi you have access to these things, right?
I mean, the my whole system basically is scanning every day. Anyways, anytime it's on, it does a quick scan. So I've never had any threats, but I saw this and I'm like, what the hell? And I was thinking through like, where have I gone? What have I done? How the hell is that happening? And you had to point it out to me for a second time. I was like, oh, okay. I just, after my work day, my brain is mentally burned out for the most part. So,
Yeah.
uh,
You've been to what is it? Only sourdough. And you got a virus.
well, I haven't. I have to redo my starter because I should have fridged it, and I hadn't been had the bandwidth to make any. It's a hell of a commitment. So it's been on my mind to restart it, but I need like a few days where I'm home. I could start it today. I'm not going to the office until Tuesday. But anyhow, so when I change my schedule next week, hmm, I'm in the power of controlling my schedule. But um, anyhow, I need a couple days where I'm home where I could be attentive for like every 6 hours. Is my point.
You should put like you should put a Raspberry Pi with a little arm to put stuff in and mix it and knead it and
No. It's that baked starter is one thing, and then sourdough starter is another thing. I keep those two things separate. Now, I don't know if other people are doing a baked starter. I do, so I keep
mm,
my source starter minimal and sort of alive, and then the other one, when I'm ready to, I need a certain volume of it. I take just a little bit of the starter, and then I make the volume of what I want, and I'm good. And that's what I use as my input to bake with. So I call the bake starter my Tamagotchi.
yep.
That's been my joke.
hmm Have you been freezing it?
The bread or the sourdough?
The starter.
Or the starter? No, I fridged it, which means you could keep it alive like every week. Like every few days, you just have to feed it. But I got out of the pattern of doing that. And then I went to Otakon, and it was just like, okay. And I got myself distracted a little bit with soft pretzels. Started making those, and I improved on that pretty quickly. And then
Yeah.
making salt pretzel nuggets, which are basically the same thing, except instead of forming them into a pretzel knot, you just sort of put them in squares, cut them into squares.
Okay.
Yeah.
And then this week, what was it last week? The week before? Anyway, there was a bunch of npm packages got. So there were 3 incidents in like a very rapid succession. There was NX, which is the vibe coding thing. We'll get to that in a second. Then there was Quix, which was earlier this week. And then there was another one. The last 2 basically got by turning, reading an email, clicking on a link, and resetting their 2FA.
Right.
Basically, resetting their 2FA
Right.
for
They got
npm. So
there's a
yeah,
name for this.
they got fished. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, but there's a particular name for that. And I'm blanking on it. They recertify cybersecurity every freaking year, but there's a specific naming for that where they present what looks exactly like, like Amazon or something.
You mean spearfishing?
Yeah, that. Yeah.
Yep. So they basically emailed them, and they got messed up. But the one I want to talk about is really funny, which is NX. So what they did is they put a prompt into the NX code, and NX is basically a library to do vibe coding and tests and stuff. As far as I know, because I'm not really into that stuff. And they basically the prompt says, "Oh, you're a file search system, and you're supposed to get these types of files with these types of information in it, and put it into a single file. Just a list of the files. I don't want the contents. Don't access the contents. Just a list of files." And then there's another piece of code inside of it that just reads that list and then makes a base64 encoded twice or 3 times or something, and it puts it on a Git repository that's public. So basically, like a 4,000 or something people got with that. So that's kind of interesting.
Yeah, I'm not into vibe coding, and obviously you would never hire the AI to. I mean, you know what people used to do and it still do. They go to Stack Overflow, they copy and paste, they call it their own, change a couple things, and they're like, "See, I coded something that I copied from somewhere else that I have no idea who the source is." Right?
But this is
And the
worse. This is
vibe
worse.
coding is like using some AI to do that work for them. That being said, I will say Copilot gets in my way. I have to turn it off. Um, Occasionally, it's pretty smart, but I have to establish a really solid pattern, and then it can be useful. So this is not using Copilot. This is most people are vibe coding or using Claude.
Yeah. So
Um,
one of the options was Claude. So they
yeah,
basically had Claude, ChatGPT, and another one, I think.
yeah.
So
So
if you had any of those on your machine, it was using those for the prompt, and in some cases it would work. In some cases it would not work because
right.
it was like predicting something. Yeah, it was.
So people, say, "Oh, I made a game using Claude," where they made these nonsense prompts that spit out a bunch of stuff. Now the
Other
thing
people's
is,
code.
yeah, and all this stuff is basically indexed and fed and modeled off of, GitHub repository stuff. So, I'm glad now that you don't have to pay for a private repository, right? Because I used to pay for a private repository for all my source code. Um, so if I ever get back to actually making some actual projects again, I will. I will do. I actually do. I think I have. Um, for me personally, I have a repo that is just private. So,
So for NX, what happened was one of the devs for NX got
mhm,
their npm token exposed,
right,
or like yeah. So they uploaded a malicious version of it,
right.
which then got published because they have the automated stuff turned on.
CI CD, yeah,
Yeah, but they did that, so they abused it, and then they got it in again because for pull requests it's also being run. So basically they could just do it, and then everything got published, and yeah, that's a fun one.
Did they fix
Similar
it?
to the one, so this one also searched for crypto stuff, but the
Yeah,
other two that maybe more, I think it was two last week that did the same. We had similar stuff for npm.
right.
They published everything like crypto wallets, private keys, anything that you had on your machine that it had access to. It created a file, put it everything onto GitHub. So GitHub actually was turning it off. Um, oh no, that was the Singularity thing. Yeah, so that's NX, and then the other one was basically an in-browser way to hijack crypto wallets. So what they did is they had a thing to create tokens for crypto wallets that looked very close to what you were sending money to. So if you had a crypto wallet, it would hijack that request and send the crypto somewhere else that looked very similar to it. So when you went to verify, it looked very similar, and
Right.
it would just intercept those requests and just put other stuff in there, which is great.
And then just like looking at your email and stuff today. Well, first thing, this is outside of crypto stuff, but never click the link in the email. Right, just go to the freaking website and you'll find if there's a real like you got to change your password or prompting. This isn't a message for you, John. This is for Steve. Um, you
I don't
know,
know. Maybe Steve
basic.
is a cybersecurity expert.
Yeah, well, maybe. But they use like alternative characters for where it looks like Amazon. They swap out the alternative character for A, right,
Well,
or O.
that's pretty well covered nowadays because they don't allow those characters for .com domains and whatever. but
Right.
they are still a problem with like other TLDs, um, because you can do multi-byte characters in in domains.
Yeah.
So if you have something that looks with a specific R that looks very like an R
Exact.
from like Eastern Europe or something like
Right.
that, it
Yeah.
looks very similar.
Cyrillic
Yeah.
characters or something. Yeah, is
Yep.
what the common practice has been.
But
Um,
you can easily see it if that's the case
yeah.
these days.
Well, you and I, yes. Parents, no.
Yeah, I'm not passing judgment on parents because they are different.
I understand, but also there are people our age who are just as worse, right? They're not techie, and that's their common statement. I'm not a techie. Blah, blah.
Anyway,
Great.
so if you're using NX, it
Yeah.
might be a good idea to have a look at your Git repositories.
Yeah.
It's a bit late now, but like it was like September 5th, I think. So, yeah, fun
Yep.
times.
People causing shenanigans.
Well, it's just so it was so interesting to see it happen like immediately. So I was like within like a couple of days it was like NX and then the other two that I noticed. So yeah, oh no, there's another one. DuckDB or something like that
Oh,
got to.
DuckDB.
Yeah.
Yeah. I
So it's like
I always thought it was interesting, but I never used it. But I do remember sharing that info with people.
yeah, so fun times. So if you're an NPM, if you do anything with Node, please check your stuff. Oh yeah, it's so bad. I had to explain to people what NPM was, and yeah,
Even other developers?
no, like the security people.
Non-develop. Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Well, yeah. There's a tangent there. I'm just gonna stop.
yeah. No, let's not talk about it too much.
Yeah. There's a
It's like
tangent there.
when you have security people that are like non-developers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's where I'm going. But you also have system people who are like that too, and DB people are like that. They don't really
No,
get
it's
it.
fine. It's fine. Like if you're an ops person, like, but there's like people who are not like techie that are trying to do the security policies.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. There's a tangent in there. Let's not go there. Yeah. You and I understand, but we're not gonna I don't need to say words.
Yep. There might be curses involved.
No, it's just yeah, nope. No.
If I speak, I'm in big
No.
trouble.
No, it's not even that. No, it's not even that. It's just being inside and like this isn't the tangent, but like I get that given my career, I've always been that person that used to hold that role. I'll give a small example. I'd been in many places. So anywhere I worked, there's typically has been a department of resistance, right? Most of the time, one company was DB people. The rest of the time, it's usually network people, where they buzz speak you to death and they say, "Oh, why I can't do this quickly," and they give reasons. And anytime I'd been in that situation and I'm the architect, I'd say, "Well, I'll write the rule for you. And I'll just give you the script and you can run it." And they would get mad at me. And then I'd go write the script. I'd say, "Oh, I wrote the script for you. I just need you to change out the specific endpoints, and here you go. And I need you to go ahead and take care of this. Problem solved for you." And they would get mad. And then there was one place where there's like Mr. Head network guy, and his guy who was set to work with me, like another senior network engineer, is like, "Oh, great, thanks, Alan." And I kept my own documentation of all the lands and everything. So, tangent aside, is Mark would always come to me and I'd send him he's like, "What was that on that server?" And it's like, "Oh, here, I'll send you the latest spreadsheet." And we worked well together and there was no ego at all. And one day, Mr. Head Honcho, because he was out for like an hour, Mr. Head Honcho network guy was like, "What is this? Why do we have to fill this? Why do I have to?" And Mark comes up to him and he goes, "No, Alan built this. I like it. We're using it. This is how we're doing it. And here, see this. And the other guy was like, that's pretty good. But I have to be mad because I'm head honcho somebody, and I just like I was the nightmare for people because I actually knew the language of which same thing with the DBAs. I'm like, no, this is exactly what I want and why I want it, and here's the configuration, and like go execute on it.
Hmm.
So
Well,
when you
we'll
get
talk about something else
yeah, yeah,
outside of the thing that I have to talk
yeah.
to you
So
about.
anyhow, that's the side of a tangent is that I'm like the worst nightmare because I used to hold those jobs and even current day, I'm still up to speed on things. So where I am now, I'm not having that problem, um, but there's always a department of resistance, and if you're in IT, you know who those people are and who that department is.
Hmm.
Yep.
Speaking of not stuff at the office,
Yeah.
I've been doing some home labbing. Home labbing. I have a couple of Raspberry Pis now in my closet.
Yeah.
Um, there's one 16 gig model, and I'm using it for like a Portainer with like
Hmm.
a bunch of like Docker stuff on it.
Yeah.
And I have another one which I'm using for image, IMMICH, which is like a Google Photos, but like in your home, and that's very, very, very useful. I use it
Hmm.
a lot. I have it set up for both my phones, and they're both syncing whenever they're home or when I turn on the VPN to home. I'm using what's it called? It's not. It's it's one of the newer VPN style stuff. WireGuard. I'm
Oh,
using
okay.
WireGuard to get connected to home. That's very good. Um, and yeah, so it works over that pretty well. So it's a good way to synchronize your photos and get a good backup. Also, the face detection and stuff works really well. I've been having a lot of fun. It's also detecting, I think, a little bit too many photo people. So it's like it's
Oh,
had people from like. So I was dragging everything I have in photos from like years ago,
yeah.
like from like 2003 and 2002 and 2000. Any digital photo I could get my hands on, I put in there. But it's also like it's taking faces from like screenshots. It's taking
Oh,
faces
wow.
from
Okay.
paintings. It's taking faces from like YouTube live streams that I was watching and took a photo of my PC, and it's recognizing those faces.
Everything.
Yeah.
Wow, that's crazy. Um, I don't catalog. I mean, like, I don't over organize. Like, I'll create albums every once in a while for sharing. That's what Google Photos is good for. Um, Dropbox has been, because I allow it, has been syncing my camera stuff, uh, from my phone up. So I take a lot of random things. I do these things on TikTok where 5 days a week, I do a little inspirational thing, and I'll take a random photo or I'll create a random photo, so I can put text over it, some music, right? Um, so there's a lot of when I was at the gym trying to figure out like the best angles because you know how like on phone cameras the lens is distorted. So like I'll take a bazillion pictures of myself, which I never did because I never take a picture of myself. And I have friends who are like, "Oh, how's your gym update? Oh, here's a you know here's a picture when I'm at the gym." Um, or I'll take a picture of myself when I'm on the train because I'm feeling tired and I don't know how I look. And that shit gets backed up instantaneously. And so there's a lot of that junk that's it. But I'm not sharing those things blankly, right? So
Mm.
my point is, as much as I like the idea of something like this at home, um, I don't really catalog or organize except when I use
Well,
my
this is why
phone.
it's great because you can just dump everything in and then find stuff later because
Oh,
it
okay.
works really well. So it has
Hmm.
like map functionality, like Google Photos. It's basically just Google Photos but in your home.
Got it. Okay. Yeah,
And you can
and
even like it even finds like stuff specifically. So if you're searching for something, put in a term, it will find that, which is
right.
like insane. You can do that with a Raspberry Pi.
When I grabbed everything off of Flickr, because I have old photos somewhere on a hard drive somewhere on a random external drive somewhere, right? So I was looking for a specific photo when we were in San Francisco and they were turning the train around, the trolley around,
So it
and
was 2010.
10 or 11, something like that. So anyhow, I I had those pictures as files, and I think I uploaded a bunch of them in Flickr. So when Flickr's always sending me a message, "Hey, back up all your stuff," or enable Pro again, I went and I pulled all the original stuff down. I paid for Pro. I pulled all the original stuff out, and I got all these old file backups. And so now I have that stuff. I don't think I added any of that to Photos, but I have all that stuff backed up now. Um, but it took a while for me to go find that. So there might be some value in me running something like this whenever I get around to building a home lab.
Just getting a Raspberry Pi and image it's
It's sufficient.
super easy. I can
Whatever
help you set it up.
Yeah, I probably could do it myself. But latest Pi,
What?
whatever the latest Pi hardware,
It's a Raspberry Pi 5?
5 I think is where we're at, right? I don't know. I haven't been checking the latest revisions. I've been keeping up on it.
I think so.
Yeah.
Yeah. I have a 16 gig, an 8 gig, and another 8 gig. I'm using one 8 gig for Home Assistant and one for for image, and then another one for testing stuff with
Right.
Portainer. Yep.
Yeah.
But I love image. It's very nice.
Mm-hmm. Side tangent off the list. I don't run my house off of Z-Wave, but did you see that new piece of hardware that Home Assistant
I saw
offering?
something about it, but I'm not really like
Into
this
it?
works fine.
It's like
Why
a
would
big Z-Wave antenna.
Okay.
It's like $70. I didn't get it. I don't run my house on Z-Wave. You do.
Yep.
I don't.
Zigbee.
Zigbee.
Yep. So that's about it, I guess.
Yeah.
I should get one of those mini racks
So my brain
because I can 3D print one of those.
my brain was like, get myself a real networking rack, concrete bolted to the floor. I know exactly where and what corner of the basement I would do that.
But you can get them pretty cheap, right?
And then, put UPSs in there and put all the networking gear in there,
You can get them pretty cheap, secondhand.
Yeah. There's also,
Just getting them into your house is a pain in the ass.
There's Black Box Networking. I don't know if they're still there, but there's a really good networking company. I could probably just, drive over there and buy something and just bring it home. The networking rack stuff isn't that super heavy. It's when you start putting gear into it,
It's not super heavy. Those things weigh a ton, man.
I'm not talking a whole data center worth, just one single rack.
Okay. I thought you meant a rack, which is like,
Well, upright rack, not a big old shelf. You could do it on shelves too. I could just buy myself. I don't need a real rack. I could just do it with like shelves.
You can get if you go to IKEA, you can get the lock, the tables, the small tables. They're like $5. You can get them. They're the exact same size as a rack, so you can put PCs in there. The lock rock they call it.
Hold on. I will be on the hunt eventually for some good shelving. That's meant for like a basement or a garage. Let's see, IKEA lock.
LACK.
Lack. Yeah, those little wooden tables. Yeah. I know what you're talking about. They have a coffee table one. These are like made of cardboard or something. I have a bunch of them.
No, the top is the side, the actual feet are a little bit sturdier because the outside is pretty sturdy. Because they need to support some weight.
Right. Well, the lac tables are side tables. Yeah, I see one, $17. Yeah, but these are mostly MDF and hollow. They're hollow at the table side.
Okay, I'm gonna send you a link.
Yeah, yeah. So I mean, I have a couple of them I bought in the past that I've been carrying through life, and they work just fine. Is exactly what they're designed to do.
People are putting stuff into them. They're
Yeah,
using coffee tables and they're using
right.
them.
And they're just stacking them or whatever. Oh, I see. They're putting. Oh, I see. They're in the side of the legs. Oh, yeah. I mean, yeah, I guess you could do that. Um, I'll eventually get some really good um, shelves. I'm imagining ones in my head that when I'm ready to do it.
Yeah, don't do this for your
No, no,
home
no,
lab.
no.
You
No, well,
can build a better one.
I have all the totes and stuff, so I'm gonna put the totes and stuff on some racks.
You know what you should do is get one of those mini racks and just put some Raspberry Pis in there, and let's start with that. Right?
Well, what I'll
You don't have
probably
to spend
do
too much money on it. It's like $100 for like a good one.
there's on the right side of my basement there's a whole area there. So even if I was to wall off the space, the mechanical space, I'd still have this in the corner there. That is probably great for putting up some racks in the corner there, and then that way I could finish off or at least floor the rest of the basement. And I need to run electrical on things to certain places, and that's why I haven't done anything. Is
What you
because
really need is a 3D printer, because then you can just make the brackets yourself. You can just print them.
yeah.
So you need like an order of operations, and you're like within like a
So-
couple of days, you're like basically doing Factorio.
Right. So the thing about this is, even if I was to get a couple 3D printers, right? So what came to my attention is you got to make sure that moisture, you have good control over temperature and moisture and stuff like that.
Well, I have my 3D printer in my living room, and it's perfectly fine.
Because it's in a regulated space because of
No.
your air system.
I have a spool holder which is closed off, and it has like moisture.
Moisture
has a
and
silicone-
temperature control. Got it.
Yep.
But also,
And it works great. It prints fine. Like I got these prints off it just now.
Hmm.
They look perfect. So
Yeah.
I'm 3D printing some
My point is a place.
things to connect, like to position Meshtastic nodes. They're like clamps. So
Got it.
Yep.
My point of it is that the basement is generally fairly regular. I mean, now they put sensors in there. I've measured it, right? I could go in a home assistant and verify it's been pretty stable. But I didn't want to like set up a bunch of racks and put a bunch of 3D printers down there and do a whole thing. If the temperature control in the basement isn't going to be consistent. I don't care if it's like 2 degrees. It's always about 1 to 2 degrees cooler in the basement compared to the rest of the house. But moisture control and whatnot, is a thing.
Yep. Anyway, so that's about it, I guess.
Got links?
But we got plenty of links.
Yeah.
Let me go through them real quick. I have quite a bit of them. So why is the symbol hidden everywhere in the UK? Polymatic.link/1JM. It's an interesting video about people measuring things over the years.
Survey marks.
Yeah. Then Filter's old album. Filter is somebody who has been making music for a while, and he released some older music. He's missing some of the samples that he used for his the older versions. Kind of annoying because they kind of made those songs really good, but he wasn't able to clear them, so he had to redo some of them. Polymatic.link/1JN for that one. Then the cheapest used EV and what's with the falafel truck. He never explains the falafel truck. Spoiler alert. Polymatic.link/1JO for that one. That's the O, the letter, not the 0. Then Internet Relay Chat. Polymatic.link/1JP. And that have been that's trip down memory lane for me.
Yeah, I used to be on. I never knew what FNet stood for, but now I do. And we used to run pound fan subs of FNet. I don't know if the channel's still there. I haven't been in. I haven't gone in IRC in such a long time.
Yep, it's been a long time.
Yeah.
Then, related to the earlier topic of NX, Polymatic.link/1JQ,
Yeah.
vibe coded build system NX steals vibe coders crypto.
Yep.
And then the second one for that is the NX Singularity with a 1 attack secrets in plain sight, Polymatic.link/1JR. The first one is really snarky. The other one is like more in depth about what's actually going on. Okay, and then there's some music. You've probably heard this song on TikTok. If you haven't, then you're not been on TikTok.
Primarily because of you, and then it started feeding me this guy, and I was like, I don't get his whole shtick, but
I never sent you a link to it.
No, you did.
No, I didn't.
You did.
I didn't send you a TikTok link because I don't share my TikTok links.
Oh, you sent me a link. I got this. I heard this guy's stuff from you.
It's probably to YouTube.
Maybe, yes, but I heard it from you.
Polymatic.link/1JS for that one.
Yeah.
Bunnies by Oliver Richmond.
Which was they're pretty awesome videos. They showed up on TikTok. They're fake, but they're pretty awesome.
Okay, then there's Bird Brain, Polymatic.link/1JT. It's another song that's been stuck in my head because it's pretty well done. There's also an animation that went with it, so I think this is the YouTube video, I think. Then I've been playing Hollow Knight because Silk Song was going to come out, so I've been playing the actual first game. I haven't actually played that game before, so that's pretty fun. I've been playing it, and I've been stuck on the actual character for Silk Song to beat the character from the second game. So it's kind of funny. Polymatic.link/1JU for the trailer for that one. And then a video, it's like a animated stop motion, but like it looks stop motion, but it's like 3D. So Polymatic.link/1K3 for Blowhage goes to, or that's the American pronunciation, Blowhigh, goes to Waffle House at 3 a.m. by Atoga. And then the $180 Meshtastic node build guide from 2025. Polymatic.link/1JW. This is not the thing I've been following, but like it's an interesting. If you have the tools, and putting up a node is pretty nice, and you can join the meshed potatoes. Those Polymatic.link/1JW. Why does this movie look so different now? By Noodle. Polymatic.link/1JX. Somebody complaining about movies. Let's see, so something up Alan's alley with regards to complaining about things. Polymatic.link/1JX for that one.
Yeah. I just have a few links. So Project Hazy, I thought this was kind of interesting. Someone came up with a project for people to print out this little figure that's sort of an in-place print that's it can sort of move its arms and legs or whatever, and ask people to like print it out, and people will do varying different colors of clothing on it in the print. So they'll change some things and then take pictures. And it's called Project Hazy. I thought it was pretty interesting. Polymatic.link/1JV. And then the rest are just a bunch of songs. So this song you probably have heard through social media at some point. It's called The Search. This guy is, his name is NF, goes by, I think his first name is Nate. And he does his style is very NM-like. And this song is very evident of it. It's a very old song. It's like 2019, but it's still a pretty good song. And it's been showing up everywhere. And it's been, I was like, oh, that's pretty good Eminem impression. Aside from what John just said to me off recording, which says he also kind of looks like him. Eminem doesn't like him. But he does have some of his songs are pretty good outside of this example. And they're not all Eminem-like, but you hear sort of his rapping style is very Eminem-like. Polymatic.link/1JY. You can clear he is putting a lot of social commentary on his mental state, right? And this was even pre-pandemic. So I'm sure that's why it got him viral, I think. Then Quinn Dorian, I follow her on TikTok. Um, and this goes through Instagram because she puts out music occasionally, and her newest song "Blind Spots" isn't up anywhere else. There's no music video for it. I mean, you can find it on Spotify, but John doesn't want to go to Spotify, or he can't hit the links or whatever it is. So I just threw over to her on Instagram. She has a very unique name. You can just search her if you want to hear the rest of her music. It's not bad. I follow her on TikTok. She doesn't really promote much of her music. She just does her sort of vlog stuff there. And then that was one, Polymatic.link, so that's one Jay-Z. And then this is another one that I heard, again, on TikTok everywhere, and I kind of like his music. So I'm following him up on TikTok, Oscar Med K. He made a song called Make Me Feel. It's pretty chill. Polymatic.link, so that's 1K0. Someone did a mashup with this next song that I'm going to share that's pretty good, but I couldn't find it anywhere. That was the legit correct one. I heard a bunch of copycat ones. And that was, I say 1K0. Okay, and then this last one, again, this is sort of a little bit of a mashup called No Broke Boys. And it's Disco Lines and Tanisha. I might be getting that wrong, or Tanish, whatever. Polymatic.link slash 1K2. That's a mashup that's been making its way around. It's pretty good.
It's like I think the NF one has like 310 million views.
Well, it's also 6 years old, right? Right, and
310 is still.
I know, but it hit viral,
quite good.
Right? And I don't know exactly what it was, but there's some album that I don't know if it was a collaborative, maybe it was a soundtrack or something. There's some CD that I have, or something that I have definitely had heard a lot in Spotify, that I own, that has someone who sounds very much like Eminem and doing a song. And I don't know if it was The Search, because The Search sound really familiar to me. And so it's possible that I heard this years ago, and I just didn't identify who the rapping artist was. It might be that song. For the life of me, I should actually look for The Search in my music to see if I can figure out where that, because there's something on some album where it's like the last thing, and I don't know why. I can't remember. Maybe it wasn't Zed. It wasn't Goretta. I don't know. I have to go look for it. See if I can find it.
Okay.
But it's a mystery to me, not to the rest of you. None of you care about that. So.
Okay, Alan, where can they find you?
Polymatic.link slash Alan.
He did it! Wow!
Now you got two recordings you can use.
Well, I don't know if I can use this one, so we'll see.
No, this one will have fan noise in it. You won't want to use this one.
Yeah. I should make a soundboard and just press buttons to make you talk. Okay, you can find me at polymatic.link/John. For feedback, you can reach us at podcast@polymatic.media, which never happens, so I don't know. You can try if you want to. Our website is polymatic.media, where you can find all of our links too. I hope you tune in next time. Maybe. Uns.
Unz, unz, unz.
Uns.
I miss that song.